Normal job with assuming that I'll build a full-time YouTube income stream is not gonna happen. I can assure you of that. Unless you're someone who is exceptionally talented, who understands the audience like this, who understood the algorithm like this, who understood editing, production in a few clicks, it is highly unlikely, no matter how many courses you take, it's not gonna happen.
It should be seen as a business you're planning to set up. It should not be like, okay, I can create a channel on my phone, I'll start doing it.
So, just the other day, Kishore, I had a friend. He's in a good job, a good software job. He worked hard, studied abroad, is working in a good corporate job. And he called me and he said, Nikhil, you're into YouTube, right? I was like, yeah, man, we help companies. We have our own YouTube channel. We help companies build YouTube. And he said, so I want to take this course. It's come up for $4,000 on how to become a YouTuber.
My God.
I want to have like a passive income stream. Should I take it up? What should I do and all?
Save the 4,000. That's income for you.
I was like, mere ko de de. Because this guy, he's living abroad alone. He is working 50 hours a week in his job. He'll have to have at least 30 hours more in the week for himself, for management of his home, etc., etc. Probably another 20 hours to just cool down, and he wants to think of building YouTube as a passive income stream.
Probably what I assume is he's thinking of YouTube because I've seen successful YouTubers and he's tired of his corporate job.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to spend more time there. He wants to be a creator, earn more, and he wants his life to be more flexible. Yeah, that's a trap. And see, what he has seen is true.
Yes.
What his imagination is correct.
Yes.
But to execute it, he is already in shortage of time.
Yeah.
Because he knows that he's tired of the corporate world, corporate culture. He wants to get out of it. Why is he tired? Because he's not getting enough time to take a break.
Correct.
Get out of that. Take rest. Now he wants to put some more thing. Start executing these things so that he's getting out of it. And the time needed to build a good YouTube channel, good content, is a day is not enough for it.
100%. So, if you're in that phase, look, first is avoid buying courses which are selling you a dream. Setting up a passive income stream on YouTube, if you have a full-time job, which is a hard job, the job which he's in is a deeply technical job. It will require full mental effort of his. It's highly unlikely that you will be successful doing that.
There will be exception for certain kind of jobs.
Correct.
That would be like people who are into very rare jobs.
Correct.
For example, some of the merchant navy guys, they have their own channels.
Correct.
Those content is great because they have very rare content that's like nobody sees a time lapse on a container ship.
So that comes back to our original point when we were saying, right? What is something which people have not seen?
Yeah.
First is that. Second is, do you have in your job time to show something which people have not seen? A normal job and having a normal YouTube channel is fine.
That's just for your hobby.
That's for your hobby, for your satisfaction, you can do it. But a normal job with assuming that I'll build a full-time YouTube income stream is not going to happen. I can assure you of that. Unless you're someone who is exceptionally talented, who understands the audience like this, who understood the algorithm like this, who understood editing, production in a few clicks, it is highly unlikely, no matter how many courses you take, it's not going to happen.
It should be seen as a business you're planning to set up. It should not be like, okay, I can create a channel on my phone, I'll start doing it. It's a business you're planning to set up.
Correct.
And business, so regular businesses, if you have certain amount of investment, you can start it from tomorrow. Start generating from that month.
Correct.
But YouTube is not that. You have 10 crores with you.
Yes.
As investment.
Yes.
And then it's the same process. You can hire some people to do things, but again, it's the same process because you as a creator should be on camera.
By the way, even if you come to a YouTube agency like ours and you tell ki I have a big budget, I want to get viral tomorrow, we will tell you the same thing. It's not possible.
Yeah, building a business overnight is not something
you'll have to So the first thing is the time part is true for jobs as well. Full-time job and building a YouTube business is not going to happen, correct?
Yeah.
The
It will
next,
be just be a hobby there.
exactly. If you keep it as a hobby and if the channel picks up, great. In fact, there's some very good case studies of channels which you may not have heard of. I will try to link them in the description, which started as this. One of my favorite YouTubers today is this YouTube channel called Dave 2D. He's a tech YouTuber.
Yeah.
And he had a full-time product design job. But when he was doing that full-time job, few days a week, he would commit to just creating simple tech videos on something he was already passionate about. So first was he had product design background. So he understood how products are designed and how electronics work and how manufacturing processes work. And then he would share updates on gaming laptops. It took him about 6-7 years to quit his full-time job.
Then he had also included a lot of his job expertise on his channel.
Exactly.
On the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Those things. So
And Dave 2D, imagine someone like him, who I believe is one of the best tech communicators on YouTube, has product design experience, took him 6 to 7 years to quit his job full-time. That just tells you the kind of effort needed for you to be successfully able to do it.
And for someone doing a regular job which has zero correlation with YouTube content,
it'll probably take even longer. So if you want to do it as a hobby, great, do it. But don't assume that you'll generate sufficient income from it in the future. That's a very, very wrong assumption. If someone is selling you that dream, he's selling you a wrong dream. He's scamming you.
and even also on the YouTube side, even they know the amount of inflow of new channels that are coming in.
Yeah.
And they're also making it harder to start generating revenue because they
Correct.
want to filter out the creators.
So if you're assuming, I'll generate revenue from shorts, for shorts to earn, so if you're in India, for example, if you want to earn $2,000 a month, which is about 1.5 lakh a month, you will have to generate billions of views.
And the eligibility
on shorts
to start earning.
To get eligible to earn, you'll have to generate billions of views.
Yeah. To have 3 million views in 90 days.
Yeah. So look, guys, it is possible to have a YouTube channel if you have an existing job. It is possible to make it monetizable, but it's not going to happen quickly. If you have a 6 to 8 year vision, if you are in a unique industry or you're showcasing some very unique content where you have unique expertise and you're showing something which people have not seen, these are the levels of checklists which you should tick to even think of leaving your full-time job and joining YouTube.
Yeah, rather than giving it up 1 or 2 years in the journey.
Don't believe these random ass courses which tell you they will show you how to automate YouTube and all that stuff. They're scamming you.
So don't get influenced by them. Only if you have a desire to urge to like communicate something to build an audience, be a personality that people will follow.
Yeah.
You have the personality of that kind, only then you can get into these things.
Exactly.
Don't just get influenced by the money part.
Exactly. The second part is most companies in their employee agreements will have some kind of limitations of the way you're representing yourself when you're a full-time employee of that company. And by mistake, if you say something which conflicts with the employer policies, you may end up putting your full-time job at risk. You have to be extremely careful about this. And I have seen cases where political opinions of someone has got them fired. The last reason why you shouldn't be doing this is, especially when you're doing a full-time job, you may be better off not making a lot of personal sacrifices which you'll have to make to run a YouTube channel. So when I say that, I'm meaning family time, personal time, health time, just unwinding time. But if you already have a full-time job and you're committing to doing this, you'll have very little scope to unwind. And as previously we mentioned, it is not a passive income thing. It's not set it and forget it. There's no random automation of YouTube channels.
And also, as we already spoke, people get influenced by this because they like the flexibility of time they get there. They get the freebies. They like the freebies they get.
Right, from brands.
Yeah. So they want to have all those things. But again, it's not something that
that happens to 1.1% of
Yeah.
the creators. I can tell you that.
And for the people who have spent 5-6 years in creating or building this channel, and your desire to be in that position
From day one.
and having a full-time job along with it, and need to balance your personal life as well.
You're setting yourself up for failure, guys, is what Kishore is trying to say.
In all directions, not only on the YouTube side.
Yeah. Your health, your personal, your emotional, your mental well-being.
So that how many ever months or years you try to build this, throughout the day, I mean, it all depends on how much endurance you have, how much stamina you have to keep going. In that process, you lose a lot of things. You lose family, you lose friends. All these things can happen. So if you're ready for all these things, like if your goal is like, whatever happens, I'll stand strong and build my channel, then go ahead.